It is Monday morning. We're running a couple minutes late this morning. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. My stand is kind of trying to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How was everybody's weekend? How was everybody's weekend? Hopefully everybody had a good weekend this weekend. Hopefully. We're going to get ready here. We're going to have some fun today. We are going to be adding a bow to the side of that sweatshirt. We're actually going to do two. You can't just add it to one side, right? We're going to add it to two sides. But get your coffee out, y'all. Get your coffee out. Good morning. It was good. Y'all, I don't know if y'all seen the video or not, but I had a phenomenal weekend hanging out with granddaughters and teaching them how to do some fun sewing this weekend. So that was a lot of fun. This weekend. So and I need to, before we even get going, I'm going to unmirror you guys. I always forget about that. There you go. You're unmirrored now. You are unmirrored. So I decided to try and do my own nails this weekend. So they're like it's like a gel kind of thing. It takes about 10 minutes, but it works. It works. So, like I said, we have a sweatshirt here. This plain old sweatshirt. Go to Wally World, get you a plain old sweatshirt. Good morning, Miss Lisa. Get you a plain old sweatshirt. I'm going to take off the, I hate stickers, I hate tags. Take those off there. I'm going to look at my instructions. I'm going to see, I was just downloading them. So I will post on, I'll post on my thing where I got the design. I did not create this design, so I will share where I got the design. So, so we're just going to do a plain sweatshirt, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to the side of the sweatshirt, and we're going to see about adding something there. So what we're going to do first is we got to load some designs. So like I said, I'm running a little behind today, so I apologize. I'm running a little behind. So I'm going to pull y'all over this way and try not to turn you over, because what we're going to do is, good morning. So, get y'all there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here because I was looking for the instructions, because I literally just downloaded the designs. Y'all, I am not seeing instructions, and I was really hoping for some instructions. And hold on, let me see. I'm going to check all of them. Let me see if there's instructions in any of these. Otherwise, guys, we're just going to have to figure it out along the way. We'll have to figure it out along the way. So, that one. There's a big bow, and that's the one I'm looking for. That's it. Okay, so the one we're looking at doing, let me pull this one over here. So y'all can see that, right? Good morning, Miss Cynthia. How are you? Good morning. Good morning, Cindy, over here on YT. Thank you for joining. How are you? Get your coffee out. So this is the bow that we're going to be adding to the side of the sweatshirt. I'm excited. I am good, Miss Lisa. How are you? How is Miss Lisa this morning? Oh my God, this weekend. Right? I agree, Miss Cynthia. I agree. It did go by too fast. Way too fast. Way too fast, y'all. It needed to slow down. Good. Glad to hear. So I'm going to grab, where's my thumb drive? I already got my thumb drive in there. So we are going to add, like I said, how big do we want to do? So we have a 4-inch, a 5-inch, a 7-inch. Let's measure the side of this sweatshirt, because I don't know how big. How big are you guys thinking, huh? We said we can do 4, 5, or 7. Let's measure, see how big 4, 5, and 7 will be, because adding bow, yes, here comes AI again talking on there. So 5, you're thinking 5, Dolly? Getting ready for work, Miss Cindy. Okay, so let's see, 5-inch. Okay, so that's 5. I think you may be right. I think 7 would be too big. 5, because 5 you can do 2.5, 2.5, center the 2.5 in the middle, right? 7, I think 7 would be too big. Okay, we're gonna go with 5. We're gonna go with 5. So okay, thank you, Dolly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, that's why y'all are helping me out on this. That is why y'all are helping me out on this. So I'm not exactly sure how to do this. I don't even know how to make this thing. So we're gonna figure this out together. Because I'm thinking you run your running stitch on there, and then once you, not 7, you knucklehead, I'm grabbing the 7. I'm like, yep, you don't have the 7. Come over here, and we're gonna create a new folder here. Bow. I'm just gonna call it a bow. Call it a bow. Copy that into there. Okay. We're gonna load that into the embroidery machine. Because I was hoping, that's, I like to create shared delight. Thanks for the share. Thanks for the shares, y'all. And welcome in, y'all. Anybody that is just getting here, I'm gonna back y'all up some now. Anybody that is just getting here, we are adding a bow. So to the side of your sweatshirt, can you put the bow pattern and lay it down? I don't have a printer. Miss Cindy. So I wish I could. So, but I don't have a printer. So I don't have room for a printer in my camper. So let's see. We're gonna do 5-inch. We'll do 5-inch, and we'll put that on the side of there. So good morning, Karen. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. So I'm gonna look, because hold on a minute. Because I think there was a printout. Let's open that one up. That one has actual. Open that up. Continue. Not that one. Not that one. That's kind of aggravating, guys. Because I was really hoping. Let's see. Let's pull this one over here. It has. Well, that's kind of funny. Whoever created this didn't have an activated Windows. Anyways, all right. Well, I guess we're going to have to figure this out. So let's go ahead and go over to the sewing machine. Let's load the design. And I'm half tempted to maybe, I don't know, I hate to stitch it out onto my sweatshirt before we even try it. I don't know. Do we stitch it out on something without putting it on the sweatshirt first? Let's see how long it takes to stitch this. Because I'm thinking, and I'm thinking we're going to float it. I think we're going to float. Yeah, okay. That's what I'm kind of thinking, Miss Dolly. I'm thinking we need to stitch it out prior to. Let's pull this over. Let's go over this way. Let's get a drink first. Sample first. Yeah, I think we're going to do a sample first. So I should have been prepared for this. Yes, I think you're right, Miss Cindy, too. So good morning, Miss Donna. Good morning. Yeah, let's go over here and let's do a sample, because I'm kind of scared to do this on the sweatshirt without realizing. So just in case we end up having to get a different pattern. So. Okay. you there. I'm going to take this. I think, I'm pretty sure. Hold on a minute. I'm not sure. Move you that way. Okay. So I'm going to turn you guys this way. Did I put that? I did. I'm like, did I put that in there? Now I'm losing my mind, y'all. Losing my mind. Okay. You know what might help is fabric. You might need fabric. Fabric, fabric, fabric. Let's just use some green. Not the color I'm going to be using on there, but we're going to use green. Okay. Because I think we're going to do a sample one first. Good morning, good morning. So we're going to stitch out a sample of the bow that we're going to do on the side of the sweatshirt, because I was going to be all prepared for y'all, and y'all, that didn't happen. So I had a busy weekend. Busy. I did get my sewing machine cleaned. I did get the sewing machine cleaned. Put some bordering foot on there. And as I always remind that you cinch it down with your hand and then give it a small cinch with that screwdriver. Just a small cinch. You don't want to cinch. You don't want to cinch it too tight. Then you end up like stripping the threads or something like that, and you don't want to do that. So good morning. How are you? Thank y'all for joining this morning. I appreciate it. Again, like I said, we are doing a bow on the side of the sweatshirt, but I think what we're going to do, thanks for the follow, Jay. I think what we're going to do is that quilt, the hot. Oh, thank you, Irie. Thank you. Isn't that a gorgeous quilt? It is such a fun quilt. And y'all, look at the back of this quilt. Is that not fun? How fun is that? I'm in your way. It's just a fun quilt. Anyways, okay. So let's go ahead and load the design. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to move y'all this way. Let's try and get y'all so you can see how I load the design. Okay. So we're in here. We're going to go to the pocket. And the majority of machines will have like a pocket or something like that. And the pocket is the one that actually goes to the design. So we're going to hit on that USB because I got it loaded in the USB. Named a folder bow. So I'm going to open that bow, and here is that design. So we're going to set that. We're going to look. 2 colors, y'all. It's got 2 colors. I am not exactly sure how this is going to work, y'all. How is that first stitch? That's kind of scary because you're going to have to cut. I don't know. Let's see how this works, because I think we're going to lay this down. We're going to play like this is the sweatshirt. We're going to turn on that projector. Your bobbin thread is always showing through. Might be a tension issue there. Might be a tension issue on there if your bobbin thread's always showing through. Okay, so we're going to look. So we're going to say, and move this down. I'm going to move it right there, and we're going to say that is the bottom. That is the bottom of my sweatshirt. That's the bottom of my sweatshirt. So I'm going to stitch it. We're going to see how this stitches out. It takes, and we're going to say, okay, so it takes 6 minutes to stitch this. We should have time to do a template. So let's see. Good morning, Brittany. So I'm just going to leave pink in there. It doesn't matter. So we're going to pop that down. So we're going to run that first stitch. After we run that first stitch, I'm going to go ahead and cut out. I'm going to cut out that bottom in between the bow. So, because I'm thinking just in between the bow is where we want to cut it out. So we're going to find out. We are going to find out, because then it's going to do that satin stitch, so it should be okay. It should be okay, hopefully. So we have a flash go, y'all. We have a flash go. Let's go ahead and start that flash go. We want heartbeats. Can we get some heartbeats this morning, y'all? All right, so we're going to run this one. We're going to see. So it's going to come down, and I'm going down to the bottom. And I'm thinking we probably want to do tearaway. Thanks for the heartbeat, y'all. Y'all are awesome this morning. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are awesome. Okay, so we're loading this. So let me unload this one now. Y'all, if this is just this easy. Okay, so we have this stitch. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this right here. We're going to look and see if this works. I hope, y'all. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Hold on, I'm going to have to back y'all up a minute because I got to grab my scissors. We are going to find out. We're going to find out. Okay, so bring y'all back this way. Bring y'all back this way. All right, so you said we have the bow. You can barely see it there, but right in the, don't y'all agree we trim out the middle of it? This is how this one works, right? Good morning, Peggy. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Because I'm thinking we trim out the middle, and then it's going to do that satin stitch all the way around. Am I correct? Am I thinking correctly, guys? Because before I start stitching, I'm going to start cutting. Are we good? You do believe so? Well, like I said, this is just a test, so we're okay. It only takes 6 minutes on the test, so we're good. You think, okay, Melanie. All right. So we're going to trim. And I think on the, when I actually do the sweatshirt, we want to make sure, and well, I think I might have to go a little bit lower. I'm going to trim. Y'all, get you a pair of these trimmers. They work out really well. The curve on them, if you can see the curve. Oops, that way. If you see the curve, it's a test. So we shall, yeah, right, Cynthia? We can do a couple tests if we have to. So we're going to see. So what I was doing, I thought about doing it as a Christmas theme, but I'm like, you know what? I want to be able to wear this. Thanks for the follow, Moonflower. I was like, I want to be able to wear this for more than just Christmas, because Christmas is only a month, y'all. So we're going to do some other fabric. Okay, so we have that trimmed out. Go ahead and run that other stitch. Go ahead and run that other stitch and see what happens, y'all. You're all ready for this? I always think when I do that, it's like, y'all ready for this? It's like football thing. So fun. Okay, so anybody that's just joining, we're doing a stop there a minute. There's a piece of thread that's gonna get out of there. We are doing a, what you call it, a bow on the side of the sweatshirt, y'all. A bow on the side of the sweatshirt. So we're doing a test run first. On that test run, Valentine's coming up, and be cute. Oh, that would be awesome. Cynthia, see, that's why y'all think of these things. That's why y'all think of these things. So they are trying to remember. I will look it up for you. Send me a message, Miss Patty, and I'll get you the information on it for you. Good morning, Katie. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. We're gonna see. I think I need to. Did you get it? I did, Miss Cynthia. I did. So no, on the A. The other ones I got at the quilt store. These ones I got on A. Yeah. I don't know if there is a brand. I mean, I'll look it up. I'll look up and see which ones they are. There's not a name on them, so I don't know if there's a name on the inside of them. No, that's weird. You would think that they would put the name of the company that made them on to there, but they don't. I would add the name to mine. I would not. You know, it's funny, Cynthia, you sit there and talk about that. Thanks for the follow, y'all. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Y'all, so this morning, so we are doing a bow on the side of a sweatshirt. So we're running that test run first. We want to run that test run first just to make sure that it stitches out before we go messing up a sweatshirt. So just to make sure. And I'm kind of liking pink. I got to figure out something cool to put on. So yeah, and that's what I was going to do, Cynthia. That's what I was going to do. I'll go in there and find it, and then I will. I'll put it on my tree. I'll put it on my tree for you guys. So Miss Cynthia can let you know how to get to my tree. I think this is gonna be cool, but I think I'm gonna have to actually get it right there on the bottom of the sweatshirt so we don't have the raggedy edge, because I have like a quarter of an inch on the bottom of here that had small pieces of fabric from the grandkids this weekend. They were having so much fun sewing. If y'all didn't see it, go check out the thing I posted because they had so much fun. I think this is actually gonna be kind of cool. Thank you, Cynthia. How was your weekend, Miss Cynthia? I didn't get to talk to you this weekend. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. Like I said, we have a sweatshirt. We're gonna put a bow on both sides of it. We did, Miss Dolly. It was a fun weekend, y'all. So because we had the grandkids, we went on a ride with the side by side. We missed Jackie. Miss Jackie was in Washington. She'll be back today. I think she flies back in today. But we got to go on a side by side ride, which was a lot of fun. I got some great pictures and videos on that. I did a post for y'all on that one. And then when we got back, oh, they are darling. They are darling. So I've got 2 more grandkids, actually kind of 3 because my niece. So thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow, y'all. And then when we got back, the kids love to do things with me. So, and I love doing things with them. So we got the sewing machine out and we did some sewing, and all of them got involved in doing the sewing. So that made it a lot of fun. The younger one's a little young, but she got to pick out the what do you call it? The different fabrics that the other girls stitched in. Drove for a good bit, transferred tables. Oh my gosh, you did work, Miss Cynthia. You were a busy girl. You got to go back to work today to get a break, right? Back to work today to get a break. So I may have to do something with this bow because this bow is stitching out pretty good, y'all. This bow is stitching out pretty good. It's kind of cool. So we may have to add it to a mug rug or something. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Where were y'all at this morning? I am in Arizona this morning. It is about 5 a.m. It's a little chilly outside. Thanksgiving with daughter. Oh, wow. Very cool, Cynthia. Very cool. We're doing Thanksgiving next Saturday at my oldest house. So we'll be doing Thanksgiving there, which is cool. It'll be nice. It will be nice. I'm almost thinking, you know what? Louisiana. Welcome, Louisiana. Texas. Welcome, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I was born in Texas, y'all. So Fort Worth, Texas, 57 and raining. Yeah, it's been raining here. It was a little we went on that side-by-side ride, y'all. It was a little chilly. We got to get a windshield put on our side-by-side. I think my husband's going to put one on this week. So Oklahoma. It's nice and cool there. Minnesota, 41. Not too bad yet. Yeah, 41. It'll probably warm up, huh? Good morning from Central Kentucky. We got Kentucky over here on YT. Just so y'all know, if you are new to me, I am on both platforms. So I am on YT and on TT. So you can hit me either one, y'all. So we have lots of fun. Oh my gosh, this is a cool design. Watching from Trinidad. Welcome, Margaret from Trinidad. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining Miss Cindy's in Tennessee. Nice. Lake Island, Florida. Welcome, D. Welcome, y'all. I appreciate y'all joining. Thank y'all for joining. This is going to be fun. Okay, this is almost stitched out. Like I said, it only takes about 6 minutes. Only takes about 6 minutes. Y'all thinking we do good morning from Central Kentucky. Good morning, faithful followers. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's pull this out of here. Cool. Like I said, I think I may make a mug rug or something out of this after we're done, because yeah, that daisy. Yeah, that's stitched out. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. What do you think? So I think we'll be okay, but where I was saying on the bottom, so it didn't go all the way to the bottom. So I'm thinking I need to make sure that I stitch all the way to that bottom. So, all right. Kind of like it. Like I said, I'm thinking we're going to do a mug rug or something out of this. But let's do this. Let's take this out of the hoop. And I'm thinking tearaway, because this is tearaway. So, because this will tear right out of the center. I'm going to take this out of the center here. I just want to see how it comes off there. And then we'll go and hoop some more tearaway, y'all. We will hoop some more tearaway. And then I got to figure out what fabric. I was considering adding a little, what do you call it? I went through the wrong thing. I threw Michi's fabric instead of, okay. Here we go, guys. That's kind of cool. Kind of cool. And it'll pop because you figure this is going to be on the sweatshirt. So it's going to be a different color than the outside. So the outside will be all trimmed off too. So I think it'll be cool. But I was considering adding a little batting behind it to make it a little pop a little bit more. What do y'all think? Just thinking about these ideas, you know, we could add just a little bit more of a good morning, Sheila. How are you? Thank you for joining. Right, Dolly? I'm thinking that might work. I think that might work. Good morning. Okay, so we're gonna do some turning. Get a drink of coffee first. I have my coffee sitting in the ice where you get your ice and water out of the refrigerator here. Good morning, Tammy. How are you? Good morning. Good morning from Tennessee, Miss Cindy. Good morning from Tennessee. Okay, so I'm gonna back y'all up. Backing y'all up. I'm gonna try my hardest not to drop y'all today. That was bad. Last week I felt so bad. Somebody got filtered out, y'all. I don't know who got filtered out, but somebody did. I am good. It was good, Miss Tammy. The weekend was good. Okay, so we're gonna float that. We are gonna be floating that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hoop some stabilizer. Hooping. So we're gonna hoop some stabilizer, and I think we're going to add. Do I hoop the stabilizer? Yeah, no, I don't want to hoop the batting because we're going to be trimming off of it. I'm sitting here talking to myself, y'all. Y'all hear me? It's 24. Y'all, Vaughn, that is cold. 24. Yes, Miss Tammy, that was a lot of fun teaching the grandkids. Okay, so here's a piece of batting, and we're just gonna use some low loft. I've been looking for an affordable embroidery machine, Miss Sheila. So I would recommend check on MP on your Book of Faces. Check there. There's so many different used ones that you can get. Otherwise, I can send you a few recommendations if you'd like. You could like. Good starter machines. So, okay, let's put this one on here. So, this one hooped. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, I think I'm gonna trim. Let's see how big this is. Let's see. See, that's a good thing. You had a good idea. Oh my gosh. Now we can lay it on the sweatshirt and see what it looks like. Yes. Adding bow to sweatshirt suggests new craft ideas. See, the AI is helping us out, y'all. AI is helping us out. Okay, so let's lay this way. So what we're gonna have to do is put hold on, I'm gonna pin this here and hold it up, and that way y'all can see. That way y'all can see it and tell me what you think. Tell me what you think here. Because I think it's the perfect size. I think it'll be the perfect size on there. So right there on the corner, because then we'll trim out the side of the sweatshirt right there, and I think it'll be good. Okay, I think that's a good size too. I just need to figure out, so we need to figure out a piece of, I'm almost thinking I take a piece of batting. I need to do, what color of fabric do I want to do on here? Do we want to do like a fun, you know what I'm thinking? We're going to use some of this fabric. So this is the fabric that I, of the chicken quilt that I just milled off. So this is the fabric of the chicken quilt that I just milled off, and I'm loving this fabric. So we're going to use some of this fabric. We are going to use some of this fabric for the bow. So, because it is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So thinking. Nice thing is, we have, and I'll cut enough for 2 of them. Cut enough for 2 of these. That down there, and then I'm going to cut 2 pieces of batting. That way we have 2 pieces of batting available. We can do both sides. Nice thing is that machine has a projector on it, so we'll be able to position that bow exactly where we want it, y'all. Exactly where we want it. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put that there. So, because we're going to have to figure out how to trim that, because I think what we're going to do, we're going to, you have the switch, Miss Tammy. Is the other one not doing very well? Good morning. Let me know. If we're having issues on either one, let me know, guys. Let me know. So, all right. Let's go back over to the embroidery machine, because we're going to get that loaded, and we're going to do the first one. What color of thread do we want to do with this? What color of thread? I'm thinking green. Do we want to do like a hot pink on the outside? Because we could do a hot pink on the outside. I'm thinking that might be okay. Let's go see. Okay, so we're going to take both. That one can stay there. That one can, because we're going to have to come back over this way anyway. So I'm going to take these scissors. You know what? Let's go stitch. Let's move this one. I'm kind of scared. I don't know. I'm kind of scared, y'all. I'm scared. Okay, we're going to turn back this way, y'all. I'm turning y'all again. I don't know why I'm scared. Stay there. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to turn that projector on. Good morning, Grace. I'm going to turn the projector on. So we're going to say, okay, I'm going to turn that projector on. So we have the tearaway stabilizer on the spin you around, right, Tammy? So we have the tearaway stabilizer back here. Then we have, I'm adding back because I want to add a little, you know what? That does not need to go on the back. That needs to go on the front, you knucklehead. So then I'm going to move this down. because right here you can see, and I wish you guys could see. Oh, you know what? Y'all be able to see. Hold on a minute. Let me change that lighting on here. Not display light. Okay, there. That is better. Because I want you guys to be able to see there. Okay. Can y'all see that bow in there? I was trying to make. Good morning, Darla. Oh, thank you. I love that quilt. That's a fun quilt. That is a fun quilt. Okay, so now we have, thanks for the share. Thanks for the follows, y'all. Thanks for the follows. And again, if y'all are just joining, we're having fun with the sweatshirt, y'all. We are going to have fun with this sweatshirt. So we're going to float this on here. We're going to float this on here. We're going to come back over this way. Come back over this way. I'm going to put that back there. I'm going to grab the corner. Okay, so we're going to grab this corner. We're going to put the end of that bow right off the end of that fabric there. We're trying to center it here. Trying to center it. Almost thinking, that I would keep it on here. We could use some tape. Thinking you could do, stay there. Watch it fall off the back side. Probably, this is some pretty strong. I have to say that paper tape that I use is actually pretty strong, y'all. Once it stitches a few things on there, it'll be okay. Once it gets stitching, it'll be okay. Okay, so I'm thinking that's pretty good. I'm gonna put a couple more pieces here, y'all. Couple more pieces. And I'm gonna verify that I actually have. Yep, that's good. I'm good. That's good. Okay. Now we need to put, I almost forgot the piece of batting and the other piece of fabric, y'all. I literally almost forgot. I was just going to stitch it. That was not going to work out very well, y'all. Okay. So. This is going to work. Okay. Down. Are we ready? Here we go, guys. Let's see what this does. I'm excited. Okay. I'm excited. I think it's going to work. I think. The upper fabric we'll actually cut all the way around. And then the other, so, all right. All we do is start. Let's start. I'm still nervous, y'all. I'm still nervous. How do we do that? Okay. So it's just going to stitch the outline of the bow. And then what I'll do is I'll trim the outside fabric. And then once I get the outside fabric trimmed, then I will add, I'll cut the inside of that sweatshirt out, which is kind of scary. Kind of scary. Okay. Pull that out. I'm going to pull it to there. We're going to trim from there. We are going to trim from there. Okay. So, like I said, first thing we're going to do is trim around the bow. And easiest way I find to trim things is I kind of hold the fabric as I'm trimming. I kind of hold the fabric as I'm trimming there. It kind of lets you get a little bit closer, and try not to cut your seam, because if you cut the seam, sometimes it comes up and it doesn't work out very well. And when it does that satin stitch, you end up seeing the batting or trimming away here. So once I get the fabric trimmed off the top, then we'll go ahead and cut out the inside of the bow too. That's where it gets scary, y'all. Like, I'm gonna cut the sweatshirt. Hopefully this turns out good. Hopefully. All right. There's I'm thinking the color of the fabric is going to be cool. I'm thinking the color of this fabric is going to go really good with the green. Think about what you're talking about, Carrie. Like I start something and then I'm like, what was I saying? What was I saying? It's really, I did my nails this weekend and they're like gel, and you put them on and then you put them under the UV and they're supposed to harden. And I don't know if my UV is just not strong enough, but they didn't harden very well. But they look okay. And it was cheaper than going and getting them done. So I was like, well, we're going to try it and see what happens. Okay. Around this way. Oh, you. I was trying to leave it up there so you guys could see it, but I don't think you've probably been able to see what I was doing. Anyway, so I'm going to trim this right quick. So just so you know, I'm trimming around this bow. I'll show you once I get done. Once we get trimmed around that bow, we'll run that next stitch around the bow. Run. You want to make sure you don't cut the sweatshirt. Okay. Almost done here, guys. Sometimes you guys sit and watch me trim things up. Okay. What's Carrie doing? She's sitting there trimming. Okay. There's that. Wake back up. Wake back up. I want to make sure that I have all the pieces all places. Not a very wide satin stitch on that embroidery. Okay, so we have that all trimmed out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the sweatshirt here. I think I'm going to cut in here too. I think I'm going to cut in there too. Hey, how are you, off kilter? How are you? You are so close to 5,000. Hey, y'all, help my buddy out here. Help my buddy out. She's trying to get to 5,000. She is so close. We're going to get her there. We are going to get to her there. Yeah. So, yes, ma'am, I do, Miss Paula. I love panels. Panels are like, they're a great starting point. They're a great starting point. You throw them in the middle and then you add to the outside. You add to the outside there, y'all. So, all right. So we are going to, I'm cutting that sweatshirt, y'all. I'm getting brave here. Cutting the sweatshirt. I think we're going to use these. So. I'm sorry if I miss questions, y'all, while I'm trimming here. I want to make sure that I actually, this is like a thick. Somebody started their truck outside. You hear that? That is like some thick. How did I get the, oh, so with this machine, I have a projector on this machine. But what you could do is if you don't have a projector, you could actually do, use a template to put on there. You could use a template to put on there. So it would work out really well too. So it would work out really well too. So I'm trying, this is not as easy as it. So I'm trying to trim, just so y'all know, I'm trying to trim this off here. So it's a little bit thicker than I thought it was going to be. Thanks for the follows, y'all. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for hanging out. I love panels too, but it gets kind of tricky putting blocks. You know, Paula, it does. So literally what you do, so, you know, create you some blocks. That's where your fabric strips come in. Thanks, Irie. Thank you. That's where your strips come in. You're like, you sit there and measure, you're like, okay, I need another 4 inches here. So you add a 2 inches on top, 2 inches on bottom. You kind of do that. Thank you, all kilter. Thank you. So you add all these different things, you know, it's you make it grow. It's your own pattern. So I do all kinds of different things of, you know, as y'all will find out as you watch me, I don't really go by patterns. I have an issue reading patterns, just so you know. I am not good at reading patterns. Y'all, I am having an issue right now getting the middle of this. So I made it all the way up to here, and y'all, it is like really thick right there, and it's like, does not want to trim. Does not want to trim. It's like, no, sorry. You can't have that. I don't know. That is just, I might have to get my other, those aren't going to work either. Hold on. Let me grab my other ones and see if maybe, I don't know if the bigger ones will work. I downloaded the, awesome, Paula, yay! Okay, so we're going to try, is that going to work? That is not going to work. Dadgummit. Y'all. I need to get this one. Hold on. I'm trying to trim, and it is like a lot of fabric right there at the center. And it like is not wanting to come off of there. I don't know. It's like right there on the seam, and the seam is like, nope, sorry. You can't have no more. Get this one trimmed out. I don't know. I don't know another way to be able to get. I think it's because it's right there on the there's like 4 layers right there, and it's like does not want to. I just can't. It's like really thick right there, and I don't know how to even do. Anybody got an idea? Anybody got any idea? Help me out here, y'all. Help me out. If we could get this out, we could get it stitched. Hey, Miss Nikki. Hello. So, because I got it trimmed here. But I can't get it just. Jenny, I don't. I wish I had one. Oh. I don't want to rip my tearaway. If I rip my tearaway. Yo, I didn't realize this was going to be so hard. I apologize. Once we get past this point, we will be able to I'm thinking maybe I got it. I think I got it, guys. I think I may have got it. Ah. Hopefully, that's about as good as it's gonna get, okay. We're gonna try that. So that was hard. That one hard. So I do. Sorry about that. Seam ripper. Oh my gosh. So sorry, I didn't catch your comments on there. I appreciate your help. Thanks for the follows, y'all. Thanks for the follows. I appreciate you hanging out. Okay. So now next to the next step. Okay. So we're gonna load it from the back. That way I don't have to push that all the way through. That in there. I may try the seam ripper with the next one. That one actually might be a good idea. That one might be a good idea there. So, okay. Now, here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and add. Here comes that satin stitch. Okay. Oh, yep, that worked out really well. Did you see that? It totally bent my needle. We are not having one of those days. I refuse. I think I bent it when I put the hoop in there, or cut inside before stitching. That might be a good idea, Mandy. That one might be a good idea too. I don't know. I think the hardest part was that you had that seam right there below on the sweatshirt, and that was the one that was having an issue. So that was the one that was having an issue there. So that one tightened. Okay. Try this again. Okay. Try again. Okay. crossed. We'll see what happens now. We will see what happens now. And again, Dimps Design, sorry I missed your comment. I apologize. I try to catch y'all's comments, so I do apologize. Hopefully. I kind of liking the pink with the green, y'all. Y'all liking the pink with the green? I think. Could you please show how you started it? Absolutely. So, Deb, we are doing the other side too. We're going to do the other side. So, we have this side and then we have the next one. So, we will see. I think it's going to stitch out really pretty. It should be pretty. And don't forget your coffee, y'all. Get your coffee out. Get your coffee out. And y'all, I thought Wednesday was my throw carry for a loop day. I've never done these either, so y'all are throwing me for a loop twice this week. So, but I have to show y'all. So, you know how zippers are not my friend? I have to show y'all what I did. So, I went to Sweet Pea. I'm just gonna say Sweet Pea. Check that out, y'all. And they have a zipper that you can there's like 3 different zippers in there. Thank you, coolest dad. Thank you, I appreciate it. But they have 3 different zippers in there. So, right, I do too. So hold on, I'm gonna show y'all what I did this weekend. Wow, that's stitching. This out. So, because I wanted to be ready for Wednesday. I wanted to be ready because, y'all, check it out. I added a zipper. And it actually turned out really good. And I used, remember the quilt square we made the other day? So I went and did a bag with that quilt square. So how cool is that, right? It worked out really well. So I am ready for Wednesday because we are doing that. We're going to do a bag with vinyl on the bottom. So yes, but we're not doing box corners, right? Coolest dad, we're not doing box corners on Wednesday though. You know, I'm thinking, I mean, we're going to go ahead and do this one, both sides this way, but I'm thinking I may make my own design, and that is pretty zippers, right, Cindy? I'm thinking I might make my own design and make a wider satin stitch because this satin stitch is not wide enough. Just my personal opinion. I'll share where I got this design, but not caring for the satin stitch. Just my personal opinion. Not a dig against the design because I appreciate the design, but I'm thinking a bigger satin stitch would be nice. On it. So, of course, that could be because I added batting in the back of it too. So that could be because I added the batting, but the batting is making it pop. So making it pop. I still think it looks cool. You know, because nobody's going to be up close and personal on the side of your sweatshirt. So I think so too, Dolly. So I don't know. I may do some playing. We got a puzzle. We have a puzzle. Sometimes it pops up a puzzle. Sometimes it doesn't. Okay. We are good. Puzzle is gone. So thank y'all for joining. Anybody that is new to me, we are on Monday through Friday, 4:30 to 6:30 in the morning. I am in Arizona. It is Mountain Standard Time right now. And y'all pick our schedule. Y'all get to pick the schedule that we do. So we have a fun week planned out this week. So I will also be on, right? Yeah, I think it's going to be cute. I will also be on Thursday. So I am going to be quilting the dog quilt, y'all. And it's available. If anybody wants it, let me know because we're going to quilt it and finish it and do the binding and everything Thursday. I will ship it out Friday if anybody wants it. So let me show you. So this is the quilt that we're going to be doing on Thursday. So I figured I'm not working. My husband is working. I'm going to be making, so this, like I said, Thursday, y'all. This is Thursday. So after we get done with our project for Thursday, this is what we're doing. So, yes. So as you can see, they're all applique. They are all applique. So it was done with an embroidery machine applique. So it's going to be cute. It is going to be cute. So, like I said, anybody wanting that, first one gets it. First one gets it, y'all. So we'll be doing that on Thursday. I'm going to be making homemade rolls. So if anybody's joining me, you get to see the process of making homemade rolls too, because we're going to do it all that day. We're going to do it all that. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow. Oh, thanks for the heart me. Thank you. I very appreciate it. So, but yeah, again, y'all, Monday through Friday, 4:30 to 6:30 in the morning, we're going to have some fun. We are going to have some fun. Friday, y'all, we're going outside the box a little bit. So Friday's always rope day. We're always doing something with that. So with, no, it is not always for embroidery machine. Absolutely not. So our schedule that we do is, I'm half tempted to run that stitch again. I am half tempted. You know what? I think I'm going to run it again. See, I don't know why it keeps going up there. We're going to go back, and I'm going to run that stitch one more time. I'm going to back it up stitch because I think it needs it one more time. So, and that is something that you guys can do. So if you're stitching something and you're looking at it, you're like, I think it didn't stitch as much as I wanted it to. I go run that stitch again. It doesn't hurt anything that you can run that stitch again. So, but yeah, if you look at my bio, you'll see what the schedule is for this week. It is not always embroidery. So Kelly, how did I redo the stitch? So let me come back over to this way. So on here, so you can, let me just hit okay. We'll start it again. So on here, you have the minus and plus sign on your machine. When you hit that minus and plus sign, so up here, this one right here will go back and forth a stitch. So a color. So you go back a color or forward a color, whichever you want. These down here, so this is an actual stitch. So that's back 1 stitch, back 10 stitches, back 100 stitches, back 1,000 stitches. Or you can go forward also. So you can go backwards, forwards, any way you want to. So on there. So that's how you back. No, you don't have to well, you can restart it too off kilter too. You can totally restart it too. So. But I still have to skip a stitch if I restarted it off kilter because it had two colors on it. It had 2 colors, so I'd have to skip a stitch to the second one. So yeah. So and y'all give my friend Miss Off Kilter here a follow for us, please. We're trying to help her hit. How close are you to 5,000? So we'll get this stitch out. We got about 4 more minutes on here, and then once we get this all stitched, we'll take it over to the table, and we're gonna 79 away, y'all. Oh my gosh, she's so close. We gotta get her to 5,000. Let's help her get to 5,000, y'all. Let's help Miss Off Kilter. She is so close. I love helping my fellow quilters, my fellow quilters, sewers, crafters. I help everybody out. I am here to help everybody out. So, and y'all like to do something, or you have something that you're wanting to learn, shoot me a message. Shoot me a message, y'all. Shoot me that message, because even if I don't know how to do it, as anybody that watches the lives, we will figure it out together. We will figure it out together. So I love to do, I love sharing knowledge. I love sharing knowledge, y'all. Hello, Deb. How are you? And I think the second time around made it pop. I'm thinking the second time around made it pop. Thanks, Ashley. Good morning, Pearl. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. How are you? So, and just as FYI, yeah. Hello. You have questions. All right. Yes, ma'am. What is your question, Deb? I love questions. Question away. And don't forget the coffee, y'all. Good morning, Grace. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Thanks for joining. We are doing a bow on the side of the sweatshirt. And we're going to be doing it again. So if y'all missed the beginning process of this, we will be doing the other side. So you'll get to see the other side of it stitched out too. So, and it didn't take very long. It didn't take, so as soon as this gets stitched out, we're going to go back through the whole process again because we got to do the other side. So you'll be able to see the other side then. That's what you're asking, right, Miss Deb? No, you do not need to apologize at all. Ask all the questions. There is never a question that needs to be apologized for because that's what I'm here for, is to help y'all out. I love helping y'all out. So. And I think so. We added, well, Miss Deb, after today, you're going to be making it. You'll be making it, Miss Deb. And y'all, and you don't have to have an embroidery machine to do this. You could do it without an embroidery machine. So, how did I get into all of this? So, you know, I've been sewing for years. I've been sewing since I was probably 5-6 years old. And y'all, I'm 51 years old. So, I was going to say, it just ran out of thread. I heard it. So I've been sewing for a long time, and we are all sometimes it's happening. Hold on. Anyway, so I've been sewing for a long time, and I'm one that likes to do things off kilter, off kilter, off I don't know, different things. Go by my own designs. It was funny when I first started doing quilts. My mom's like, she goes, "You do realize you can't do every single quilt you do with what do you call it? With squares." And I'm like, "Sure I can. Sure I can." And I did for many years. All of my quilts were squares. There was some kind of square theme, and it's amazing the different things that you can do. How do I get this step? So Miss Nancy, so a lot of my stuff is over on my tree. So I wasn't allowed to keep my tree site on here, so we put it over on YT. So if you click in my bio, you'll see my YT. Go over to my YT, and then you'll be able to see it. So and if you see something I make that you want information on, let me know. Let me know, because I will get that out to y'all. I love to share. I love sharing, y'all. So thanks for the share, y'all. Here, we got about a minute left on this. And good morning, Nina. How are you? Out for Thanksgiving break and late to show. Good morning. Good morning. Helping each other in crafting is the best thing for crafters. It's called, right? Absolutely, Tammy. Absolutely. I love helping my fellow crafters out. And y'all, I have to tell you, thanks for the follows, y'all. Thanks for the follows. Y'all, last week when we did the Christmas thing, I took it to work, and I'm going to do a video when I get to work today because I'm going to hang up my other stuff. So I am good. I am good. Morning, Jeanette. So y'all, we got 14 over on YT too. So thank y'all for joining over on YT too. I appreciate y'all joining. So, but I took it to work, and I'm excited. So I'm going to do some videos, maybe some pictures of my office, because I want y'all to see what my office looks like. It's kind of cool. It's my first quilt when I was 16 years old, and it was a log cabin. Oh, how cool is that? Yeah, that's a good question, y'all. How old were were y'all when you made your first quilt? How old were y'all when you first made quilt? That is kind of cool. Trying to remember how old I was. I was, because growing up, Mom really didn't quilt, but we made welding hats, which we've done on here. We made welding hats. We made shirts. 62. Very cool, Dolly. Awesome, awesome. Miss Liz, we're going to get you there. We're going to get you to make one. My plan is to start my first one. Awesome, Kelly. Awesome. You're 66, never made one. 66. Awesome. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are awesome. So just as an FYI, the first one I made, I was probably 30 years old. I was probably 30 when I made my first one. So, and y'all, I've made so many since. And it doesn't have to be a fancy quilt. Like I said, my first quilts I ever made were all squares. I took squares. That was my mom kept going, you can't just do squares. We're going back over to the table. She goes, you can't just do squares. I'm like, sure I can, Mom. Sure I can. We're turning, y'all. We are turning. I'm trying to make it where I don't flop, y'all. 28 first. Awesome. Thanks for the share, y'all. Thanks for the share. You started making clothes. You know, and I'm thinking one day we're going to do that. I'm thinking, okay, so this stitched out. So let's get this off here. I'm thinking one day we're going to make a quilted quilt jacket. I did my first quilt at 56 and it was during COVID. And how cool is that, Cindy? How cool is that? That is very cool. I'm going to trim this. I'm excited to see what this looks like, y'all. This is just as an FYI for y'all, this is my first one that I have ever done. This is the first one that I have ever done here, y'all. Okay, so we're going to take this out of here. Tear away, y'all. Tear away, tear away. You know what? I just see. When did they start putting tags on the side of there? When did they start putting tags? I thought the tags were in the back. Maybe that was what the issue was. Who knows? Anyways. All right. So let's see. So, all right. So we have a bow. Oh, turn this way. We have a bow, y'all. That one and my other one over zoomed. You made your prom dress and grew up. Oh, okay. That one like went. Oh. Okay. Right? That didn't it? I'm kind of excited. I think it's kind of cool. Let's do this. Hold on. I'm going to throw it on. Hold on. We're gonna throw it on before I want to look at it and see what it looks like on the before we do the other side. Let's see what it looks like before we do the other side. Hey, you know, we're having fun. Let's see. So let's just see. Okay, so let's move it down. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's see. That way. Guys, check that out. Is that not cool? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm excited now that I see it. Oh my gosh. I'm excited. I'm excited. Right? Okay. We gotta get the other side done. We gotta get the other side done. Hold on. We gotta get that other side done. Get the other side done. Okay. So, process. Okay, if y'all missed the first time. I'm excited. Who's excited? Okay. I'm excited. Good morning from Indiana. My daughter would love that. Right? Oh my gosh, is that not cool? Okay, so process. Let's go through the process again. So first thing you got to do is hoop the stabilizer. You got to hoop the stabilizer, and the stabilizer we're using is tearaway stabilizer. See, I have to tell y'all thank you because y'all got me doing things that I've never done before. So this is where this comes out, y'all. So, like I said, if you're new to my live, y'all get to choose what we do. y'all literally get to choose what we do every day, whether it be embroidery, whether it be sewing, whether it be quilting, crafts. We've done all kinds of stuff on our lives, right? So thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. So thank you, Suze. I appreciate all y'all. I really appreciate y'all. So, and I appreciate all the follows, the hearts, the gifts. Y'all are all awesome. So thank you, thank you. Okay, so steps. Sorry, I get excited when they turn out great. I get excited when they turn out great. Yes, it works. It works. Okay, anyway, tearaway stabilizer, y'all. So we're going to hoop some tearaway stabilizer. And this is a 5-inch bow on here. So this is a 5-inch bow. So we're going to hoop that tearaway stabilizer first. And again, so my machine has a projector on it. And if your machine doesn't have a projector on it, stitch out a template. Stitch out a template. That way you know exactly where it's going to stitch. So, and then you could lay this on the bottom side of your sweatshirt and then be able to line it up correctly. So you just line it up in there. So create yourself a template in the hoop. So, and we can go over templates again one day. So that was one thing that we did one day is we did quilting in the hoop and I showed y'all how to create templates in the hoop. So anyway, so we're going to take, and I added batting to make it pop. Thank you for the heart, me. Thank you. So I added batting to make it pop just a little bit more. And I think the batting was a good idea. And it's just a low loft batting. You wouldn't want to use a high loft batting. So, but like I said, I may try and make snow globe ornaments too. Yes, that would be kind of cool. We could do snow globe ornaments. You wouldn't want to use a high loft batting on this pattern because it has a small, what do you call it? Small satin stitch. I'm thinking about trying to make my own with a wider satin stitch. I'm thinking the bigger satin stitch. Designs by but it's oh, that one, that's cool. Hey, y'all, Juju has a free design, is what Miss Cindy's saying. So you might want to check that out. So, also, Urban, if y'all want to check, Urban has a huge sale going on right now too. So right off kilter. So I like to go and check out all these other places that have lots of designs, and I love to share. I love to share. So I am also, just as an FYI, I am also doing a collaboration with Z Digitizing. So they're actually digitizing a design for me right now, and what they're going to do is your first design you get from them is 50% off. So, and they're fairly good price if you need a design digitized. And we're going to see, they're digitizing right now for me. And then we're going to stitch it out and we're going to see how it runs. So I'm kind of excited because I read some reviews. So Juju 75, nice, Paula. Y'all, we got to share here. So, all right. So we're going to take this back again. Tearaway stabilizer. Thank you, Miss Amy. Tearaway stabilizer, and then your low loft batting, and this is just a low loft cotton batting, and then your piece of fabric. So, yes, y'all, check out the comment that's pinned. Check out that comment that's pinned. I'm gonna turn her right around, y'all. We're gonna turn right around again. Turn right around, turn right around. There, and I need to put a new bobbin in before we start stitching. Y'all, I binded a quilt this morning, so I got up early. That way I could get that quilt binded and get shipped off. I needed Miss Amy's quilt to be shipped off, so I was excited. Y'all. Get your coffee out, y'all. Good, Miss Shannon. How are you? Thank you, Miss Cynthia. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna pop a new bobbin in here. We're almost out. There is no way that was gonna be enough. No way that was gonna be enough. But I have another one here. I have another one we're gonna use. Okay, we're going to load this. I'm excited. I'm excited because that actually turned out really well. That actually turned out really well. Okay, so on my embroidery machine, I have a projector on mine. So I'm able to turn the projector on and line it up exactly where I want it on that sweatshirt. And y'all, we were able to get it right there to the bottom. So we added it. I went just so depending on which bobbin, thank you very much. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. So you want to make sure, bobbins. So depending on which bobbin you use, thank you. Depending on which bobbin you use, depends on how long they last. So the cotton bobbins last a little longer. And, I haven't figured out how, but somehow or another, they're able to wind more thread on these bobbins than I'm able to wind on these bobbins. I try. I try. That's the nice thing I like about the Husqvarna. They have a lot larger bobbins. They have larger bobbins on those. So we need to figure out how to, right? Yeah. We need to figure out how to make them, what do you call it? Unending. I told my husband, I'm like, figure that out. So, but anyway, so we went down a little bit past the end of there. That way you wouldn't have that raw edge on your sweatshirt. So want to make sure you go down just a little bit on there. So just a little bit on the sweatshirt. So we're going to line this up again. We are going to line this up again. So I'm going to hit that projector. He said, I have a projector on mine. Mine, you hit the cylinder up there and it pops open that projector. So pops open the projector. So what we're going to do is, and I'm going to come from the back and I'm going to get 2 pieces of tape ready because I had tape that I needed last time and I didn't have it ready. So I'm going to have 2 pieces of tape and I'm just using, good morning, Robin. How are you? I'm just using medical tape. It's medical paper tape, y'all. Fairly cheap. Do you change out your bobbin case when you, no, I do not, Miss Cindy. The bobbin case, no. Same thing. I don't think I ever changed my bobbin case out. Okay, so we're gonna move it down just a little bit, and then that one's there. So we're gonna. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. Sorry, I get excited over the crazy things. I get excited over crazy things. I am good, Robin. I am good. We're having fun this morning adding bows to the side of a sweatshirt. And y'all, Thursday, I think it's Thursday, right? We're adding embroidery to this sweatshirt. So we're going to have to find something that matches. I may have to find an applique. I might have an applique that's going to match this because we'll have to find something because it's going to go on the side of the sweatshirt. So we're going to be doing that this week too. So, and I think it's Thursday, right? I think it's Thursday we're doing that. So what I'm doing is I'm going to center this up here. Down. I want to make sure it's going to go off there. I'm trying to center it to the foot, and I'm like, quit trying to center it to the foot, Carrie. Quit trying to center it to the foot. Go off right there. I'm going to take that right there. So we're just floating, and if y'all don't know what floating is, Thursday is Thanksgiving. Always smiling. But my husband's working, and I'll be here by myself, so I'm gonna hang out with whoever wants to hang out with me. You have so much energy. You don't need coffee. I love to sew. This is my therapy, y'all. This is my therapy is sewing. So I'm a director of IT by day, y'all. I run an IT department, and that can be very stressful. So okay. So I'm taping this on here. I'm going to put just a couple more pieces of tape just to make sure it stays in place. So like again, this is floating it. So when you float fabric, when you hear somebody say floating the fabric or floating the piece of fabric on there, what they mean is they hoop the stabilizer, and then they put that right, Nancy. So you put the hoop in there with just the stabilizer on it. You load your design, and then you just put the piece of fabric or like the sweatshirt or whatever you're embroidering it on. You put it on top of the hoop, and it's not hooped in. So that means floating. That's what floating it means. So if you ever hear anybody say, you just float it, you're like, okay, well, what the hey does float mean? I don't know what that means. So that's what it means. You're just floating it on top of the hoop, not hoop in. So just as an FYI. We're going to tape this on here. And again, medical paper tape, y'all. Yes, Grace. Yeah. And please ask questions, y'all. If y'all have questions, let me know. Let me know. Always willing to help y'all out. Oh, you're very welcome. You are very welcome. Always willing to help. So if y'all hear something and you don't know what it is, write it down and say, oh my gosh, I'm going to ask Carrie. I'm going to ask her what that means. So please, I am always willing to help y'all out with anything. That is my total goal, is to get y'all sewing with me. Let's have some fun. Fun. Okay. So what we're going to do is we have this in here. We're going to hit OK. And we're going to run that first stitch. The first stitch is does this work on a 4x? Yes, Miss Cynthia. So you'll just have to use the smaller design, but you could totally do this on a 4x4 hoop. So you'll just have a smaller bow. So you'd probably have like a 3.5 by 3.5 bow, kind of like that design I created. I added you are very welcome, Cynthia. I added a 3.5 inch ornament design in there for you. So anybody that has a 4x4 hoop, that doesn't limit you. You just make smaller designs on it is all. So, all right, let's add this here. Please said. So we're going to stitch that out. And when you're floating something, you kind of hold it in place. As you see, I put tape here, but I'm also going to kind of hold it so it doesn't move. So we're going to go ahead and hit start. Just make sure it doesn't, I don't know why it has that. Not my favorite design. Just, I don't know why it has that. I don't know why, and I'm not liking it, but I am truthful with you guys. Sometimes I like the design, sometimes I don't. And I will then, but as a reminder though, this is just my opinion. This is my opinion, so. Oh, and y'all just let me do that. Now we're gonna go back. I forgot to put batting and the fabric on there, y'all. So now I gotta go back a stitch. Let's try this again. Knucklehead, Carrie. Okay. Try again. Try again. I'm like, why is this looking weird? It is looking weird because you forgot to add the other fabric, Carrie. Hello. Hello. McFly. What is that? Back to the Future. McFly. Hello. Okay. Here we go again. I think it may add that stitch just to tack the fabric down. Hey, it's stitched right. Now it's not going to move. Now it's not going to move, right? Okay, stop. Why did you add that there? Just make it. But whatever. Okay, go. Open. I'm going to see because that center. And somebody said seam ripper, right? Somebody said try seam ripper for that center, to get that center. That center is going to be hard again. I can already tell. It's not going to play nice. So, and I'm thinking we may walk over to the cutting table this time. So maybe it'd be easier if I had it sitting on the table. So good morning. Thanks y'all for joining. Thank you, Stugler. Thank you very much. That's very sweet of you. Thank you. Y'all over on YT, they're sending me gifts over here, and y'all are just awesome. Whoever sent me down. Oh my gosh, I am cool. I got sunshades, my Hollywoods. I got my Hollywoods on. All right. So we're going back over there. We're going to go back over here. So thank you. That's very sweet of you. Okay. So we're going to unhook this. We're going to go over here because I tried to do it from here last time. And yeah, I think maybe that was part of my problem. So we're going to go over here. Move y'all up right there. Move y'all up. Thank y'all for the gifts. Y'all are awesome. So exciting. I'm excited. So, all right. So we have this sewed on here. So now what we need to do is we need to trim around, not your sweatshirt, but just the fabric and the batting. So what we're going to do is we're going to use these. We're going to use these. And we're going to see if we can, once we start trimming that sweatshirt, we're going to see if the seam ripper works for that one. So we'll see. Yeehaw! We're yeehawing it this morning. Oh my God. Oh, I'm eating my popcorn, y'all, oh my gosh, y'all are too much fun. Y'all are fun this morning. Y'all are fun. Fun. Y'all are fun. Okay. So now that I got my popcorn, I might have to make some popcorn today now, y'all. I might have to make some popcorn. Good morning, everyone from Virginia. Good morning and welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Oh my gosh, thank you. You are awesome. That is so cool. That is so cool. So anybody that's joining, we are adding a bow, right? It is an awesome way to start the day off. Doesn't that sound good? Homemade popcorn. Yum. Do you spray your mug rugs with stain resistant? No, Tammy, I hadn't even thought about that. You could probably do that. That's a great idea. That is a great idea. I hadn't even thought about that. So, okay, now that you're saying spray with stain resistant, what would you spray it with? Because I've never sprayed anything. Do they have something that's like it wouldn't be a starch though, right? It wouldn't be a starch. What would you spray it with? Help me out. Help us all out here. Because that would actually be a really good idea because, you know, coffee stains, Scotch Guard, maybe? Like shoes, Scotch, you could totally do that. I'm going to trim this as we're sitting here yakking, y'all. Ideas. So over here on YT, they're talking about the mug rugs. Let me show you the mug rugs we're doing. So we have these mug rugs. Oops. So we have these mug rugs that we make, and they're asking if we put Scotch Guard on them. And I'm like, I never thought about it. So that's what they're talking about. 77 away. What? 77 away. You were so close. You were so close. That is so close. Okay. So trimming. Just keep it trimming. Trim. We're going to trim around this. This all trim, and as you can see, I'm picking up the fabric because you kind of pick up the fabric and put your scissors and kind of pull don't pull to the point you pull it off the hoop, but kind of pull as you're trimming. It helps with trimming around. It helps with trimming around it. So, and it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to use a magnetic hoop. That way it doesn't pop out, because sometimes I've had the problem of it popping out, but it shouldn't pop out because you don't have the actual sweatshirt hoop. You only have the stabilizer hoop. So unless you actually pull really hard on the actual stabilizer, it shouldn't come unhooped. That's the nice thing about it, about floating it. You don't have to worry about popping that fabric into there. So you don't have to worry about popping it into there. So. There's that. And we're going to trim this. I'm almost thinking. I'll tell you, this is the hardest part. I didn't think it was going to be that hard. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be fairly easy. Yeah, then until you try to trim out the sweatshirt out of the middle of it. That's where it comes into play. And we're going to try the seam ripper. We're going to get that seam ripper out and we're going to try that. See if maybe that helps. Because the seam rippers are fairly sharp, y'all. If you haven't ever used a seam ripper, these things are fairly sharp. And we're going to have the exact same issue on this one because that is right there at that edge. If I could figure out a way to trim this and show y'all exactly what I'm trimming, I would, but kind of hard. I'm going to get this one trimmed off here. Okay. So now the hard part, y'all. So we have all this trimmed out of here. So now what we need to do is we need to cut this one out of here and then this one and this one. So that way, did you wash? I did not wash the sweatshirt first. I did not. Good morning, Virginia. Good morning, Amy. Good morning. All right. So going over to white. Thanks, Miss Amy, for your help. All right. So we are going to try, and I think the little sections is okay. That one comes out okay. We'll get this one over here. Okay, so now the hard one. I think it's just because it's thick. I don't want to pull. Get these all the way up to the top. Okay, seam ripper. Where'd my seam ripper go? All right, we're gonna try a seam ripper up top and see if we can get this one up there, because this is where the hard. I don't think that's gonna work either. I think the problem, if you could literally do this if you didn't have all those pieces getting through. I'll show y'all what the problem is here in a minute when I get this. Ripper. And I don't know a way to cut it previous to either. I don't know a way. It's just so thick, y'all. There's like, I don't know, it's like there's, I don't know how many layers there. Okay. Ah, that's a lot. A lot of layers, and I'll show y'all why it's an issue. I'm going to show y'all why it's an issue here in a minute here. Let me get, I'm going to try and trim just a little bit closer here. Doesn't have to be perfect, because like I said, nobody's going to be up close and personal to the side of your sweatshirt. So. Okay, so issue. Why are we having an issue? So the reason we're having an issue, so you see this right here, this seam right here, that's what happens. So that it's really thick. on there. So I could probably show you on the sleeve. So you have how many layers right here? You have so many different layers. Thanks for the heart, me. I appreciate you. So you have so many different layers right there. So on that. So all right. So let's go ahead and go back, and we're gonna stitch this, and we're gonna stitch it around twice, because when we stitched the other one around twice, I think it turned out pretty cool. Turned out pretty cool. So now let's go do the other side. Let's go do the other side here. So thank you. Thank you. Okay. So back this way. Back this way. So there. I'm going to swinging y'all around, guys. Swinging, swinging, swinging. Just fit swinging. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Are we good? We're good. We're good. Leg up, saw machine. Oh. Okay, so I pull it in from the back side. That way we don't have to push that sweatshirt all the way through. So thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all y'all. So we're going to come back here. I'm not going to bend the needle. Last time I put it in here, and I think I bent the needle, and that's why we broke the needle last time, y'all. So we're not doing that this time. And this is a reminder, when you load your hoops into the embroidery machine, and you've already started, well, I do it every time. Grab that arm. So you want to grab where the hoop goes in and hold it. Because if that moves, because it moves when you push it in, it's gonna make it off. So it's just something, because it'll move. Sometimes those hoops get hard to put in or get a little off, and when that happens, it'll move. So what are we adding? I added something. I don't know what I added. So anyway, okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna run that last stitch, but like I said, we're gonna stitch it twice. I'm gonna stitch that one twice. Ding, ding. Okay, here we go, guys. It'll go around and it'll do the satin stitch. And like I said, we did the satin stitch twice on the other one, so. I'm liking the bow. Like I said, thank you, Amy. Good morning, Miss Amy. Yeah, the bows are going to be cool. Like I said, I was going to do like a Christmas fabric, but then I'm like, I want to wear it past Christmas. So Rabbit Hole Central. Tammy, it is totally easy to go down a rabbit hole on Juju. Thanks for the heartbeat. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Add. Set new goal. We need a new goal, y'all. Let's see what we got for a new goal. Let's see. I'm just gonna choose what they want. I don't know. I have no idea what that is, but if that's what they want, I don't know. Send it if you want. Don't if you want. I don't know what that is. All right. So, oh, that one's 149. I should replace that. Can I replace it? I did it to new. Thank you, Shannon. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. That one is cute. Guys, Miss Debbie, thank you. Thank you. This is mug rug related. I ordered. Spray to put on. Thanks for the heart, me, Brandy. Spray to put on the transfer to make it softer if it works. I don't know, Paula. We can play around with it and see. You are. I know. I saw that, Shannon. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Irie. He's cute. Oh my gosh, he is cute. That is the funnest thing. Y'all, over here on YT, they're sending snails. It's like a dancing snail. It's hilarious. Oh my gosh, you guys are fun. Thanks for the roses. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Scotch Garb has fabric sprays. Y'all, we're going to try it. Thanks for the shares, y'all. Thanks for the shares and thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Good morning, Miss Brandy. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Good morning, Catherine. Good morning. And thanks for all the new follows. Thanks for all the new follows. Thanks for all of y'all hanging out. I appreciate, I love the new quilt you hung. Oh, isn't that cool? Is that not fun? It is a fun quilt. It is a fun quilt. The one that we're doing right now, Miss Grammy. So this one, if you're looking for, thank you, Brandy. If you're looking for this design, it actually came off of E. And okay, I will I'll share the design. I will put it on my tree, and then if you want it, send me a message too. All you guys are my happy place when I'm not sewing, so never a problem being here. Awesome. Thanks for joining, Robin. Thank you. Thank you. Yay, you made it to the YT. You made it to the YT. Yay. And y'all, I'm on both platforms. I am on both platforms, YT or TT. Either way, y'all. So we're going to run this stitch, and we're going to run it twice. We're going to run the stitch twice because it just makes it pop just a little bit more. So make it pop just a little bit more. Kind of fun. I'm excited. And y'all, this has made it cool. This has made it cool. So I appreciate all y'all. I appreciate all y'all. Fun times. And we've got about 2 more minutes on here to get this all stitched out. And y'all, we have literally done, I got my quilt top made yesterday with the cross stitching, these rose quarters I started. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. That is awesome. Oh, y'all, check out Tammy's post. She's saying there is a free one. So the one I got wasn't. I wish I would have seen that one. So I tried to find the free ones, but I ran out of time this weekend, so I grabbed the one I found. So I will find the free one over on Sweet Pea, and I'll post it for you guys. I will post it for you guys. Good morning. Good morning. And I think I might be able to trim it a little bit more after I get it out of the hoop too. So after. Thanks for the hearts. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. Well, good morning, Miss Peach Angel. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. We are doing bows this morning. We are doing bows on the sweatshirts, y'all. Bows on the sweatshirt. I'm excited. I don't know. I'm excited this morning. We're going to see how this goes. We're going to put it on afterwards, too. We'll put it on afterwards. So this is finished. Once it finishes stitching, we're going to run it. Do you have a so Sharon, yes. So I repost all my lives. I repost all of my lives. Actually, I'm on YT right now. So you can get there. I think if you click in my bio, it should be there. If not, search for Carrie Barling. So Miss Amy, can you help me out on that one? Did you see the sewing lady wall hanging on? I did. I got it. And we're gonna do it. You are welcome, Sharon. Thank you, Cynthia. Yes, we're gonna be doing that sewing lady, y'all. Miss Tammy, we're gonna be doing the sewing lady because I'm like, oh, we have to have that one. We have to have that one. So fun. Okay, so I'm gonna rerun that satin stitch one more time, y'all. So oh, awesome. Very cool. I'm going to go back a stitch. We're going to rerun that satin. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for the heartbeat. I appreciate it. You did the sewing lady. How did it turn out, Karen? Was it fairly easy to stitch out? Oh, yay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Y'all, always share with me. Send me messages. If you have questions that you don't want to ask on here, send me a message, ask that question. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I appreciate all y'all. I really do. Her and her sister. How cool is that, Tammy? How cool is that? Awesome. You did, Cassie. Awesome. Very cool, Karen. Very cool. So yeah, we got just 5 more minutes. It'll stitch out and we'll be done with this one. Like I said, the design's okay, but it's easy to stitch out. Okay. Who knows? Maybe on Thursday while we're quilting, because y'all, I could be stitching that out while we're quilting too. We can do both. I like to multitask. Thank you, Miss Amy. Yeah, hop on over there. It's actually a larger screen, y'all. It's a larger screen, so. Found you on. Yay! Thank you, Glinda. Thank you. I appreciate all y'all. Hanging out with me in the morning. So we have so much fun, and there's no telling what we're liable to do. And like I said, if y'all have something that you would like to learn how to do, or something that you want to see made, let us know. Because usually on Thursday and Fridays, we're picking the schedule for the following week. So, and like I said, y'all get to pick the schedule. Every once in a while, I take a day and be like, all right, I'm choosing this day. But for the most part, y'all get to choose what we make. Which makes it so much fun. It makes it so much fun. Even if I've never made it before, like I said, I've never done these before. But what are we making this week? So you would have to ask me, because now I'm trying to remember what's on. We'll look what's on the schedule. So I know Thursday we're going to be adding an embroidery design to the front of it. So you love the YT, yes. I think, and you're right, Miss Amy. I'm thinking you're right. I may have to get some smaller sweatshirts for them. So yes, mug rugs tomorrow. We're doing mug rugs tomorrow, y'all. We're doing mug rugs tomorrow. Are we still froze on YT, y'all? Hello. I have the bow, but never did it. Yeah, right? No. Okay, cool. All right. We're not froze there anymore. Good morning. So yeah, so we'll do mug rugs tomorrow. Wednesday we're gonna do a bag with vinyl on the bottom of it. Thank you, Irie. So we're gonna do a bag with with a zipper and a vinyl on the bottom of it. Thursday we are going to be doing an embroidery on the sweatshirt. So we did the bows on the side. Now I'm gonna find an applique. I'm gonna find a cool applique to put on the front of it. And then on Friday, we're actually going to take a baby quilt and we're going to crochet in the side of a baby quilt. So, like I said, we do all kinds of different things. We it's never the same thing. So we have fun. Yeah, Friday's crochet on the side. Yes, Friday we're going to crochet, y'all. I'm going to get my crocheting out. So we're going to have some fun crocheting. Of course, I know how to. Of course, right? I'm not a perfect crocheter. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a perfect crocheter. Thanks for the follows. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, but I can crochet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take. I think I have it right here. I have it right here. Let me see. Because I think I have it here. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna turn here. You love to crochet? Awesome! Thanks for the tap. Thank y'all. What's the biggest hoop you can use with your brother? So 16. I think this one's 16 by, because I have the big magnetic one, and I think it's 16 by 12. I think I would have to go back and look at the measurements of it. But that is the biggest one that I could do. Here we go. So we're going to take this one. You have some chunky yarn to use. Oh, nice. So I have this quilt. that we're going to take. I serged the side of it, but what we're going to do is I'm going to take, it's kind of a fun quilt. Check this out, guys. Is that not fun? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to poke holes all the way down, and I'll have the holes poked, right? I'll have all the holes poked. I can't talk. We'll get those all. I'll have it prepped for for Friday. So you switched over to YT, right? Paula, isn't it cool? It's like a huge screen, right? It's like a big difference. Can you see? Can you sew with that machine? Yes. So, Rock Mom, so you can sew, you can quilt, you can embroidery. This one does all of it. It is an all-in-one machine. I love this machine. So, I've got over 1 billion stitches on this machine, y'all. So, 10 5/8 by 60. It might be, Cindy. It might be. I can't remember the exact measurement. Yeah, I love it. Check out on MP. Check out on MP because y'all, you might be able to find it because this one is you can get this one or a friend of mine on it. Nikki, are you on here? I'm gonna unhook this. Back out this way. And we're gonna go back over here. Okay, so she just got the Quattro 2, which is the you can tap. I think you can tap on YT. I don't know. What are you poking? Oh, let me show you, Paula. I'll show you what I'm poking the holes with. And you're gonna ask me where I got it, and I'm gonna be like, I don't know. I've had it for a while. Let's see. So let me get this off here. Once I get this off here, we'll look and I'll show you. Right? That's your relaxation. Y'all, relaxation. I love sewing is my relaxation. So, and Miss Nikki will disagree with me, but meandering. I love to sit and meander. So I can sit and meander all day long. So I'm gonna get Nikki meandering yet. So I'm gonna get her meandering yet. What is YT? Y'all, can y'all post in there what YT is, please? Oh, MP. Yeah, so YT is that, and then your MP is on, yes. That on, yeah. I'm going to trim. Hold on a minute. I'll put this on. That way we can see it. I think I am half tempted to go because I'm really just not liking the narrow. The narrow satin stitch. So, all right. I'll put this on and then I'll show y'all what I'm going to poke holes with. I will show y'all what I'm going to poke holes with. So, okay. Move y'all down. Okay, so we have bows on both sides. We have bows on both sides. Bows on both sides. I think it turned out pretty. It's kind of pretty, guys. What do you think? So then Thursday, we're going to add an embroidery to the front of it, right? It came out cute. I'm excited. It came out cute. So let me show y'all. So I'll grab that quilt coat. So this is what we're looking at. This is the tool that we're looking at. So looks like a wicked theme, right? Kind of cool. Okay, hold on. What I'm going to do, it's going to take a little bit, so I might do that this evening. So using this tool, holes. So holes. We're going to put holes. Holes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way around this thing and poke holes. So, and then we'll be crocheting. Then we'll be crocheting this thing. So we'll be crocheting Friday, y'all. Crocheting Friday. So leather punch. Yes, it is a leather punch. But it works because you're going to go through 3 layers of fabric. Well, 2 layers of fabric and a layer of batting. So you're going to have something heavy duty to be able to go through it. So there's a rotary blade. Is there really? Wow. Okay, y'all. Over here on YT, they're saying that there's a rotary blade that is made for that. How? Oh my gosh, I had no idea. Y'all, see, I learned these things on here. Let me move y'all back a little bit. So awesome, awesome. Right? It turned out cool. I'm excited. Excited. So was what a panel, Miss Cindy? The sweatshirt? This? Is that what you're talking about? Somebody's asking if this was a panel. I'm trying to find out what she's asking. That quilt that you just had. Oh, yes, it is a panel. I'm sorry. This is a panel. So, Marshall Dry Goods, y'all. Marshall Dry Goods. So, if you need a quick panel, these work out really well. So, and then you just add your touch to it. I like to add embroideries. I like to go, like right here, I could add an embroidery, put the baby's name, birthday, whatever on it, just some fun. Just have some fun with it. So thank y'all for joining. All right. So I'm going to let y'all go tomorrow. What are we doing tomorrow? Tomorrow we're making mug rugs. Tomorrow's mug rug day, y'all. So if you want to see, so somebody requested mug rugs in the hoop. So mug rugs in the hoop. We're going to do some mug rugs in the hoop. So this is a mug. I'm loving this design. So tomorrow is mug rug day. So if y'all, last week we did mug rugs in the sewing machine. So this was actually stitched in the sewing machine. There's some fun decorative stitches on it that you can see. So tomorrow, instead of doing it in the sewing machine, we're going to do it in the embroidery machine. So that way y'all be able to see. Thanks for the follow. So tomorrow we will learn how to do the mug rugs in the embroidery machine. So come hang out tomorrow, 4:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Y'all, I'm up early. So 4:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I will be on tomorrow morning, and we'll be having some fun with some mug rugs, y'all. And I'll show y'all how to make these. So if you go to my tree, you'll be able to see the designs I'm using. They are Juju. So love that site. They are phenomenal. They work great. So check them out. You can get them there. So no, oh my gosh, Amy, there's so many different mug rugs I've made, right? Crazy. So anyways, I'm gonna let y'all go. Maybe we'll do one of those tomorrow. Maybe you're giving me ideas. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all tomorrow morning. Thanks again. Love y'all.